H1Z1 on PS4. You know, here's the thing, folks. I really suck at H1Z1 on PS4. I'm not good at this game whatsoever. But despite not being good at this game, I'm having a freaking blast. Seriously, it's a lot of fun. And I've always been kind of clamoring for that PUBG experience here on PS4. And obviously PUBG is not on our PS4 at all. It's on Xbox One exclusive for now anyway. And PC, of course. So this is really the next best thing. And with Fortnite, it's like, well, you know, Fortnite is Fortnite. It's all about building, essentially. And it has, you know, it's more for kids, essentially. This is, like I said, as similar to PUBG as it can get, at least right now on PS4. And that's the thing, on PS4 you only have two games. You have Fortnite, H1Z1 now. Both are free to play, but both are kind of different in some ways. You know, in Fortnite you have to be good at building. If you're not good at building in Fortnite, you're not going to win. That's the bottom line. In this, you don't have to build. It's all boots on the ground. It's pure combat. It's intense. It's exciting. It's thrilling. Now look, this game isn't perfect. It's rough around the edges, obviously. It just came out on PS4. And it has a long, notorious history of being up and down in terms of its development cycle and just, you know, kind of the way they've handled things. But if Daybreak can continue to build and build and build upon this foundation that they have here on the PS4, I really think they could be successful in some ways. Now, the question that I have, and the concern rather that I have is, you know, when October rolls around and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 comes out with Blackout mode and a bunch of these other games, these AAA titles come out with their Battle Royale modes, you know, is H1Z1 going to still be successful then? Because people are probably going to get Call of Duty and play the Blackout mode in Call of Duty and just call it a day. They're not going to, you know, that's the concern that I have for this game here is like, does it have the longevity that it needs to kind of stick out among the rest? Fortnite's going to stick out because it's Fortnite, you know, and they have a lot of money behind that game. But this one, it's I don't know if it's smaller. I mean, yeah, it's obviously smaller than Fortnite, but it's what the thing that I'm wondering is what really sets this one apart from, you know, all of the other Battle Royale games out there. I mean, right now, you know, they really have this prime opportunity, since there's no other games out there on PS4, to make this so successful. But the longevity does come into question, because if they don't keep this interesting and relevant in the time that they have, I think this may very well be a thing that kind of gets pushed aside. And that sucks, because, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. You know, it's a little rough around the edges, but it performs better than PUBG on Xbox One, so they've done a pretty good job of porting it to the PS4, all things, you know, with everything in mind. And they also have like this training mode where you can kind of jump in. It's a free-for-all mode. They don't like tell you what to do or show you really what to do. They just drop you in. It's a free-for-all mode, and you kind of got to toy and tinker around with the controls and figure it all out yourself. And it's, you know, when you die, you jump right back in. So it's like a practice mode essentially, and that's cool, because, you know, there's not a mode like that in Fortnite or PUBG, at least to my knowledge. So that's one thing that really is helpful for new players and newcomers to this type of game. And I think it should be in all of the other games as well. So right now, if you're looking for that PUBG, and no, this is not an ad or a sponsored video or anything like that, I just genuinely like this game. I suck at it. I'm not good at it. And if you want to play with me or against me or whatever the case may be, you know, add me on PSN, which is the same as my username here on YouTube, Michael Does Life. But I'm just kind of concerned about it being populated in the months to come. I'm sure Daybreak is going to bust their ass on this one and really put this one as the focus, the forefront, because this one, I'd say in some ways, is maybe better than the PC version. But again, October rolls around, Call of Duty jumps into the ring, maybe even Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar, and there's going to be a lot of, you know, obviously this is free to play, but in some people's eyes, free doesn't necessarily mean worthwhile. You know, people are willing to pay for something if it really delivers what they want it to. And I have a feeling that if they don't really evolve this game, if they don't really make it truly unique, because that's what I have a hard time like figuring out, like what really sets this one apart from what's out there already. I mean, obviously we only have 2 games on PS4, but you know, what really sets this one apart from PUBG? You know, when you really look at both games and you say, well, I mean, there's not all that much that does, right? So Fortnite's going to be fine because Fortnite is Fortnite. They have a lot of money behind that game. This one, I hope it succeeds. I really hope it succeeds. And you know, we'll see how it does and how it shapes up as the months go by, and we'll see how Daybreak kind of handles this game. Right now, like I said, I don't know if I said this or not, but it's a bit rough around the edges. But like I said, they have this foundation here with H1Z1 on PS4, and if they continue to build and build and build and build upon that foundation, they might have a lock here, and they might have a dedicated, loyal fan base here for H1Z1 on PS4. But obviously time will tell. Overall though, I highly recommend this game. It's much more playable than PUBG on Xbox One in terms of just frame rate, in terms of how things load in and pop in. Obviously it's still very rough around the edges in some aspects, but overall it's a lot of fun. It's pretty stable right now, and that's kind of surprising. I thought this was going to be a complete, total, you know what, but I've been having a lot of fun. Like I said, if you want to play with me or against me, PSN is Michael Does Life. But those are my thoughts, my take, my perspective on H1Z1 PS4. I really wish it all the best, and I'll be playing it for quite some time. It's a lot of fun.